Black, stop playing with him.
I don't think y'all want to hear about it.
Go ahead, Dave. Talk to him. They don't want you to pod, Dave. They don't want you to pod, bro. He can do some damage. Okay, pause. I said listen, pause, man.
Up, man. All right, listen. Let's just break this.
Pause. Talking Panthers football, we discussing it all. On and off the field, you know exactly who to call. You know we the #1 podcast. Competition is.
I was trying to stay away from this.
No, I've been nice to him today.
You were nice.
Black, stop playing with him.
We talk about reaching.
Yeah.
We got a steal right here. This dude should have went on day 2.
Speed is never a problem until you're going against speed.
And I'm glad Mingo, I think, is great. I'm gonna defer to the man when it comes to wide receivers.
Means that something's coming.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Listen, don't mess up my studio with your back pedal and
no,
the chair does not have wheels. It's on legs.
Finally.
We got it. We got one. We got one, baby.
I just want to hit Sweet Carolina real quick.
Might as well. We already here.
When they gonna play Sweet? We ain't heard that in the whole year.
It's been about a year.
We ain't heard it in a year.
It's been a year since we heard it.
Let's go. We that.
Panther Nation podcast. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, cut it. Cut right. And I would like to introduce one of the hottest podcasts in Carolina history. Let's go. Yeah. Talk, let's chat. We got time to chop it up. Talking analytics and fantasy draft. You know what's up. Panther Nation representing, cause this is where we talk that. Talk that's so incredible. Make them rewind that talk back. Pause. Talking Panthers football, we discussing it all. On and off the field, you know exactly who to call. You know we the #1 podcast. Competition is non-existent, you need to stop that. Pause. It's an honor to be a Panther fan. Pause. At Bank of America, that is where we ball. Coming to the jungle, then you gonna feel the pause. Winning the trophy for the city, it is the cause. Black, white, and blue, we going Carolina strong. And this is the conversation where everyone belongs. Discussing all the numbers and topics, you know we got it. We the hottest podcast, and we poppin'. Let's go.
QueenCityPodcastNetwork.com.
Yo, what's cracking? What is popping with your boy? It's Rashad. It's Dave. We in the building, Panther Nation. What's cracking with y'all? Go ahead, Dave.
No, we good, man. You know. Look, man.
What you got, man?
Told y'all. Look, man.
What you tell us now, man?
I showed y'all. Look, I showed up on the second half. You know what I'm saying? I showed up, and I saw a monstrosity. But we'll get into all that. But nah, I mean, hopefully you had a good weekend. Hopefully you had a happy New Year.
Yeah, we did all. Yeah, we recapped all that already, so we can get straight to
You're
the
right.
shit.
We did do the morning huddle yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, we did the morning huddle yesterday, so
Yeah,
we talked about New Year's. I mean, it's good. All is well. You know, nothing too crazy. Now, one thing we did, obviously, the news dropped that, the Tepper tantrum fallout.
Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Let's zoom through this. Let's zoom through this game recap because there ain't really too much to go through.
Well, you're right. It's not a lot to go through, but I found some interesting little nuggets as I was diving through the numbers, especially when it comes to the offensive line. I did the offensive line grades as I normally do them, and boy, was I surprised by what I saw. So we'll talk about that.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and let's get straight to the shits, Dave. Again, we talked about the game a lot on the morning huddle. But let's go ahead and get into it again, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. Stay on the prowl. Let me share my screen real quick. All right, there we go. I might need to present, huh?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Stay on the prowl, man. You know what time it is. You got to stay on the prowl. Do your thug thizzle out there. Shout out to all the Patreon members. Y'all got y'all shout out at the beginning of the show. Appreciate y'all. Again, we appreciate all your contributions to the show. The show wouldn't be the same without you, so we appreciate that. So again, MVPs, franchise, and free agents, we love y'all. Appreciate y'all. All right. Underdog Fantasy, use the code PNP. I know what time it is. Dave, you got something real quick?
Yeah, man. Look, man, playoff best ball. This is the best time to hop into these drafts. We kind of know who's going to make the playoffs. We kind of don't. But I can leverage some things right now. So just go to underdogfans.com, use the code PNP. I did a bunch of best ball drafts over the weekend. I'm probably going to do some more within the next day or two. I want to do some prior to week 18. Then I'm going to do some more after week 18. So just go to underdogfantasy.com. And as cheap as $3 to get into a tournament. And they still do the deposit match of $100.
Shout out to Underdog, man. You use that code PNP. Now, Dave, check these grades out, dog. Check these grades out. These offensive line grades. Now, we know Bryce got sacked a lot. And, Icky was getting dragged on Twitter after the game, and he did give up 2 sacks. And I always, when we bring up these grades, right? We always say, you still got to use the eyes. You got to use the eye test, and these numbers don't jive with what I saw, bro. I know, Icky.
Here's some transparency for you guys. the only part of the game I watched was the second half with you guys. That's all I watched. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's been a long time since I've seen the Panthers get shut out. I felt like I don't need to go back and watch this shit. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I felt like it wasn't worth my time. I saw enough. As soon as I saw that box score, I didn't need to see what 30 yards of passing looked like in a half. Like I just had no interest to go back and watch it. But yeah, Icky got dragged.
He was getting dragged on Twitter, bro. They was killing him on Twitter, and he gave up 2 sacks. So I don't understand how you get a 76.3 grade, pass block grade, and you gave up 2 sacks, you gave up a QB hit. Does not compute with me. And but maybe it has something to do with the matchup you have in front of you. If he was going up against the best pass record, if he was going against Josh Allen, I don't think that's the case.
It
has to be something. It has to be something. You're right. It has to be something.
Like, run block is freaking outstanding, and that's awesome, right? But the pass blocking being as high as it was the second highest one behind Moton. So it has to be about the opponent. It might be some type of metric they utilize. They're like, oh, Icky's going up against one of the best rushers in the league.
Maybe.
And like like the fact that he only gave up 2 sacks against the best pass rusher in the league, whereas he was out here giving sacks to guys that really weren't that good. So like it all depends on how you look at it from that perspective too.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but this is one of those situations where I'm like, all right, the numbers don't really jive this time around. Sometimes I do question them, and again, you got to use your eyes. You can't just make a judgment solely off of PFF or solely off of film. Sometimes there's some things that you may miss. And so again, the way PFF works is they do literally scout every single snap from every single player, right? So again, they don't know the assignments, they don't know who's responsible for what. So they're using some judgment calls there. So I would like to understand though how they came up with this 83.5 grade and you gave up 2 sacks. That has to be a typo or some sort of something, some data entry error or something like that, which could be the case too. They could sometimes PFF does go back and correct their grades. I'll go back tomorrow and double check, but that one to me is a little off because that's one of his highest scoring. Hold on, let me pull it up. Let me pull that up. I'm gonna confirm because that's gonna
the run block definitely is his highest.
Let me double check. I'm gonna pull that up right now.
The run block is absolutely his highest. Like, I'm pretty sure of that the run block is pretty high.
Let me see. All right, so
coverage sack, but like, how many sacks did Icky give up? Was those, like they're giving him credit for 2. And how many times did Bryce get sacked? Like 6 times, 5 times?
Bryce got sacked. Let me confirm. I think it was more than 4. The offensive line got credited for 4.
So where are the other 2 at?
They're going to be on Bryce.
But if you say the offensive line took credit for, there's 3. So where's the 4th one? Because you said that the offensive line took hits for 4 of them.
It might have been a tight end. My fault. Let me check. Let me double check.
6 sacks. So if he got sacked 6 times and 4's on the front, we'll say the front for the sake of our tight ends. So yeah, okay.
But that we kind of dove into that. You know what I mean? Oh, Cade Mays is the other one who got injured. Cade Mays was the other sack. That's why he's not on. So the offensive line in totality was responsible for 4 sacks. And then the other ones were on Bryce. And Bryce holds onto the football too long. Receivers aren't getting open, trying to wait for somebody to come open. We've kind of assessed that. We've seen that. We dove into those numbers before already. And it showed that Bryce is accountable for a lot of sacks. Now, I saw the thing that David Newton put up too, talking about 18 sacks given up. And again, we don't know who, again, each system is going to attribute them differently. So I don't know. I like PFF.
How many sacks does PFF say that Icky gave up?
Icky's in total?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me look it up. I think it's 10 now. Let me just double check. But he was talking about 18 on David Newton, and I'm sure he used ESPN metrics. But yeah, it's 10 sacks given up for Icky on the season.
Yeah, okay.
And just go ahead.
It's just, I know Icky's been getting a lot of the heat, man, because a lot of folks are talking about his regression this year.
Oof, it's bad, and that it doesn't help. It doesn't help that I was trying to help him out last week. I was trying to give him a little bit of slack, and then he comes out and performs like that. But according to PFF, it was a great grade. But just to go back to what I was looking up earlier, this is technically graded as his highest game and it's by 5 points too. It's by a lot. I don't understand how that. And in the other game that was close, he only gave up one pressure that entire game. He was graded 78.4 overall. And he gave up, and that was against the Bears.
Does the Bears have as good a pass rusher as Josh Allen? Like, I'm really trying to figure this out. Maybe we should call our guy that works for PFF.
We got to call. Yeah, we got to call Ben. We got to call Ben up.
We got to call Ben up, man, because I need to get an understanding here.
Yeah, I like to understand more about this one too, because I don't understand how Icky gave up 2 sacks, and then this becomes his highest graded game. And then his run block game, this, like you were saying, Dave, this is his highest graded run block game by far. There's nothing close to. Well, he had an 88 against Indianapolis in run block, but still 5 points by 5 points his highest grade. Also with pass block, it's not his highest block in pass block, and maybe he got a ton of credit for the run game. Maybe that's
no,
it.
yeah. Well, when you take it, depending on how many run plays versus pass plays, all that stuff takes into account too.
That's true. That is a good point. Just 15 rush plays, 39 pass block plays.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's not his best pass blocking. His best pass blocking game was against Chicago, and that was 89.9. But
that's the same. That was his best. That was his second best grade too.
Correct. Second best overall, highest pass block grade. It's interesting. Okay. It's interesting, man. We got to call PFF up, bro.
Yeah, we got to call him up.
We got to call PFF up and be like, yo, what's good?
Yeah, why y'all out here slandering? Why y'all out here calling that man Ike Otah? Otah was not a bad lineman. The problem with Otah was that he kept getting hurt.
Yeah, Otah was solid, bro.
Yo, like y'all out here spreading unnecessary slander. The problem with Jeff Otah was that he just could not stay healthy. When he was healthy, he was good. You know, that might have been the only first round pick that Hurney missed on when you sit down and think about it. To keep it a buck. But he also that was the same draft as Jonathan Stewart. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So this is this was a solid, considering that we gave up 6 sacks though. In overall, Bryce got sacked 6 times. And the offensive line was accredited for 4 of them. This is not a bad game. Like when you look at I got questions, bro.
But the thing is, Jacksonville's got a phenomenal front line, front 7, front 4 in particular. So, I mean, that has to be factored into these grades. Like, I'm trying to think, was that the best?
That's like grading on the curve, bro. I don't know about that.
Nah, but like, it has to. There's no other reason. Like when you sit down and think about it, right? Front 4, was that the best front 4 we've played all season? Is it up there? Yeah, you thinking about it? It says a lot.
Yeah, I gotta think. No, Dallas is solid too.
Yeah, but it's one of the best ones. Is my point, right?
Oh yeah, one of the best ones. I just don't know.
Like so.
Detroit's solid too.
Detroit.
Let me see. It's up there for sure. No doubt about that. It's up there.
Dude, they just beat our ass with a backup quarterback who had his first start of the season near the end of the year when no guys are fighting for the division. This is our first shutout in over like 300 games.
Yeah,
they shut us out, bro.
2002, I believe what they said.
Yeah, 2002 was the last time. John Fox. Some of y'all weren't fans when John Fox was the coach. John Fox's first season as head coach was the last time we got shut out. Think about that. We've gone through the rest of the Fox era, Ron Rivera, Matt Rule, Frank Wright, Wilkes, all that. No Wilkes, Sewell, all that. No shutouts.
This is a good point, though. We would have had some points if we had a kicker. Our kicker was hurt.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
You gotta. It's not. It does not matter when it comes to the record books, like because we're not going to look back on this game.
We're not going to remember that. We're
Yeah,
talking about it now because it just happened on Sunday,
Exactly.
but come
Yeah, we're not gonna
in
remember
about 2-3 weeks. Matter of fact, maybe in a week, nobody's going to think about that.
facts.
It's still
That's
a
true.
shutout.
That's true.
I don't
A shutout
care
is a
about the
shutout.
granularities about a shutout. It hasn't happened in over 20 years, and it happened. That's the facts. You know, this ain't the first time our kicker got hurt in warmups either. You remember when we played Buffalo? Wildest shit ever. My man hit a hammy going in, and we scored points against Buffalo. So I don't want to hear.
Yeah. Hey, now Eddie's right though. This is gonna be on PNP Mania in about
It
3
definitely
years,
is going to
bro.
be in PNP
We're gonna
Mania.
bring this up, and we're not gonna bring up. Did the kicker play, or did the kicker kick?
I might create the
question.
question. The question might be, who was the kicker that didn't make it out in 2 games? Because I think wasn't he the kicker when he got hurt again? No, it was another kicker that got hurt in Buffalo.
I don't remember.
But
no, go ahead, Dan. My fault.
So that's going to be the question. Who was the kicker that got injured prior to the game of the last shutout in Panthers history? And who was the opponent? That's going to be the question.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are right. Context does matter. I'm not saying it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It does matter.
It does
matter.
Sure.
But the thing that I've learned, right? I'm going to give you guys an example. And Rashad might laugh at this, but I'm going to give you an example because I cover HBCU sports. A&T went 1-10. Nobody cares about how those 10 losses happened, whether or not they were close. All they look at is the fact that they went 1-10 and got 1 win this year. I could talk about how close those games were, and I've been to a couple of them, how close those games were. Nobody cares. Same thing with this. Yes, we got shut out. Yes, the kicker got hurt. Doesn't matter. It's still a shutout. Shutout is a shutout is a shutout. It's a shutout. It doesn't happen often in Panthers history, guys. Like I didn't have no kids the last time we got shut out.
Sheesh. I was graduating high school last time we got shut out.
I was still at A&T the last time we got shut out.
No, I was just going to A&T.
Yeah, like year. I was in that would be probably my junior year, 2002, my junior year. That was my junior year in college. The last time the Panthers got shut out.
Where were you
no
in
kids.
2002?
Huh?
Where were you in 2002?
Greensboro, North Carolina.
Everybody in the chat. Where were you in 2002? The last time?
I was staying at the Collegiate Commons at that point.
Some of y'all wasn't even thought of.
Like I was staying at the Collegiate Commons, and A&T didn't own the Collegiate Commons back in 2002. They own them now, but they didn't own them in 2002. Van Story Hall. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Yeah, shout out to Van
Story. But you know what the crazy thing about Van Story? It just became a co-ed dorm in 2002 because it was all female dorm when I was a freshman. My man said a sperm cell.
Alex said, learning how to talk. Aggie Pride all day, man. Y'all.
Hey, shout out to Southern, man.
Shout out to Southern. Funny. Bro, I was 5 in 2002. Y'all some youngins, bro.
Yo, I was in the Navy overseas. Appreciate your service, sir. Like, that's what I'm talking about, man. We saw Panthers. We saw Panthers history. You know what I'm saying? We saw Panthers. And the thing is, in 2002, it was okay. It was John Fox's first year, and they won 7 games that year. That was John Fox's first season as the Panthers head coach. And we had a fun, dog. Like, I know how folks feel about Jack Del Rio now, but Jack Del Rio back then was cooking. He was our defensive coordinator back then. He was cooking. But I digress.
Shout out to Will, man. Fort Drum. I used to live up there too. Shout out to Carthage, man. Carthage Middle School, excuse me. That was where I played football at. I told Will the story when we met at the last game. That's where I played football. That's where I got ran over, and that's where I stopped.
That's when it ended.
That's when it ended. Carthage Middle School, and then Fort Drum up in Carthage, New York. My man Carson said he was in a ball sack, bro. Pause. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny, bro. Yeah, that's how long it's been, man.
That's how long it's been, guys. Like, I want to give you guys perspective. I had a laptop in 2002, though. I had a laptop.
We don't even remember it. We don't even remember if the kicker, maybe the kicker got hurt in that game too. Dave.
No. That wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna go check the game out.
You gotta go find it. I'm
gonna go find it because I promise you we had a kicker and we still couldn't score a point.
The people want to know. Check the stats.
I'm gonna check
the last time the Carolina Panthers got shut out. We need that. We need that. I'm gonna keep moving while you look that up. This is Bryce Young next gen stats.
I think it was Denver too, if I remember correctly. Let me see.
Look it up. Look it up, Dave. While I move on. Bryce Young. This is Bryce Young's next gen stats, man. Again.
Oh, I just saw it.
Okay, you got it, Dave. Go ahead.
Atlanta Falcons, 41-0.
Ooh, we got smacked.
It was bad.
What did Vic do to us, bro? Was Mike Vick? Mike Vick was the quarterback then, right?
It definitely was the quarterback back then.
What he do to us, bro?
Hold on, I'm about to pull it up right now. Hold
pull
on.
Pull up that stat line, bro.
I gotta pull it up. Hold on.
Nasty,
I gotta. Panthers, Falcons, 2002 stats. All right, good old ESPN with the archives. Yeah. So, can you guys remember who the quarterback was back then?
What year was this?
2002.
2002. Who was our quarterback? Was that wasn't Kerry, was it?
No, it was Rodney Peete.
Rodney, yeah, that's right.
Rodney Peete.
Man. What was that stat line looking like? What did he put up?
6'4", 64 yards, 2 interceptions. Y'all wonder why Jake Delhomme made it into the cut the final 1 year. And I love Rodney Peete. Yo, yeah, it was bad, bro. We got our ass whooped.
That's
Six turnovers. Only 10 first downs. 122 total yards.
Sheesh.
Time of possession 39-48 to 2012. We only had 10 first. We already said 10 first downs. So rushing, we had 71 yards rushing, 51 yards passing. Huh?
Who was the running backs back then?
The running backs back then, D Brown. Who was D Brown? D Brown. Yeah, D Brown. I said it correct. D Brown. 4 carries, 29 yards. That was the most that the running back had. If you really want to get
shout out to Anthony Johnson, though, that's still one of my favorites. He had the 2-3 with the visor. That visor game was crazy.
We played 3 quarterbacks in this game. Can you name the other 2?
No, I cannot.
Chris Winkie and Randy Fasani. We played, like we y'all be out here. We played about quarterbacks. These are your reminders.
Terrible.
Yeah, man. Randy Fasani was the second leading rusher with 16 yards rushing. Tied with Lamar Smith. Brad Hoover was the leading receiver in this game.
Hey, y'all might want to be jotting down these facts. You might come back to this for P&P Mania one day. Y'all never know. You never know.
Steve Smith Sr. did not have a catch. But at that time, I don't think he was playing wide receiver full time. He wasn't a wide receiver yet.
Not yet.
But he might have been hurt too because he didn't have any kick or punt returns in this game either. So yeah. Todd Sauerbrunn had 2 tackles. He was the punter back then.
Punter, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he was the punter back then. It looks like we had a kicker, but yeah. Nah, man.
It had to been Casey, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Casey back then. But we didn't. It don't matter because there was no Carolina kicking. There was no Carolina kicking. And when you're getting the brakes beaten off of you, you do not need to kick. The fact that Michael Vick was 19 for 24, 272 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no picks, and he ran for 20 yards as well.
We got washed.
Warwick Dunn got a touchdown.
Oh my God!
TJ Duckett got a touchdown.
Shout to Warwick Dunn.
Actually, Dunn got 2 touchdowns. He got 1 rushing and receiving. Leading receiver, Brian Finneran. Remember him? No. Yo, this is a blast from the past. Y'all know Sean Jefferson? You remember Sean? You know Sean Jefferson on our coaching staff?
Yeah, we know who Sean Jefferson is.
He was a receiver for the Falcons in this game. So that shows you how old this was. Carry on, guys.
Yeah, Dunn was my guy, man. Warwick Dunn. He the one that made me think I could play football for real because he was so little. I was like, man, I got this. If he can do it, I could do it. Little did you know. Found out real quick. We are not the same. Couldn't do that. No, sir. Found out real quick. All right, let's get back to this game, man. Bryce Young, this is his pass chart. Definitely looks like a Frank Reich. This means when you see this chart, this means you can't get nothing going. You can't get nothing going. This is what this chart looks like. I mean, just awful.
Can we have a discussion about his PFF grade? Bruh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's considered good.
It's decent. It wasn't one of his best, obviously not his best game, but not his worst game either. He's had worse games than this, though. Let's keep it a buck. He's had far worse games than this. Multiple picks. He was on a nice run of not throwing interceptions. I think it was like 4 or 5 games where he hadn't thrown an interception. And Dave, we had turned the game off. We turned the game off before right before he threw his last one. His
So
this pick in this game.
I watched a little while longer. Then after the pick, I turned it off.
Nah, I turned that joint off. I was gone, bro. I had pieced out. I was out.
Nah, I watched because I knew how long it's been. Because unlike some of y'all, I knew how long it's been since we had a shutout. So I watched a little bit to know. I watched just enough to know that we were definitely gonna get shut out. And when that pick got thrown, that was it for me.
So Jared asked a great question. How many drops was DJ Chark accredited with? Let me check that out real quick.
I mean, he had 3 in one drive, so I ain't.
Yeah, that last one was kind of debatable, but yeah, I counted as 3, but I don't think PFF may or may not have. Let me see. I'm looking it up right now for y'all. Give me 1 second. DJ Chark, he had a terrible grade though. He had a 42 grade. Where's the drops? They only credit him with 2 drops. That third one was a little debatable. I thought it was a spot on throw. I would have counted that as a drop if I'm the statistician, but I'm not. And he definitely dropped that last one, but they only credited him with 2. All right. So again, these not bad. I mean, considering circumstances, your receivers can't catch the football. Your guys are slowing up the Ian Thomas route where he slowed up on. I mean, that you can't. I mean, he can't do it all. Bryce can't throw to himself. That's why I say it's so difficult to get a real read on Bryce Young. No, yes, he does take some responsibility for some things, but yeah, you got to look at the picture in totality, bro. It's a mess. He can't block for himself. He can't throw to himself and catch the ball for himself. I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So it's a lot of blame to go around, bro. It's a lot of blame before you get to Bryce. Yes, he does have some blame, but it's not all on him, man. It is what it is. Let's keep looking at some more context. Again,
separation wasn't an issue with 2 of our guys.
Yeah, Adam Thielen, Tommy Tremble separated 3 of them. Mingo
3
separated
of
2.
them. Yep.
Mingo also shot to Jonathan Mingo, who was on IR. They put him on IR for the rest of the season with the injury. Obviously, 1 more game left, but he is on IR for the rest of the season. Smith Marset, again, he gets the football a lot behind the line of scrimmage, so no real separation for him. So yeah, the separation wasn't an issue. It appears, according to this. But here's what probably happened. When guys separated, he didn't have enough time to throw the football. And when they didn't separate, he couldn't. Or when they did protect well, guys weren't separating. You can go back on the film and look it up. It's gonna be crazy. It's like that, man. That's how it is. We get like the worst case scenario anytime Bryce Young drops back. Either dudes ain't protecting, or we get some protection and dudes ain't open. It's always something, bro. It's always something.
Yeah.
Bro,
Tough
nobody's a bust until year 3, bro. You can't
3 years, guys. Y'all got to stop this, man. We've seen wide receivers have 1,000-yard years and end up being terrible. You want an example?
Kelvin Benjamin.
Like, let's not do this. Takes 3 years. Takes 3 years.
I damn sure was victory lapping after that first year because KB.
I know you were.
Shot the
talking about 1,200 yards.
He's a no, bro. I was rocking with my guy, man. He
and even Steve Smith Sr. said it was going to take a couple years to develop him. So, like, I think you guys got to have patience, guys. Like, I'm not there yet. Like, if y'all want to have that discussion with Terrence Marshall, okay. But we're not having that discussion with Mingo. I'm not ready for that.
Yeah, yeah, man. Bro, I just want to forget this entire year. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's nothing about this year that makes me like. This is the worst. Again, I stand by it. This is the worst year in Carolina Panthers history. Period.
After what I saw yesterday, I think I'm ready. I'm ready to concede.
It gets no worse than this, bro. Considering everything.
If you consider trade and all that, sure. But
I'm trade. The owner and what he's doing, this is by far the worst season in Carolina.
But if you're talking about like a season,
no, like percentage loss wise, no, it's not. But I'm talking about when you add the context.
Oh, it's going to be. Oh, it's going to. No, it's going to be. If we catch this fade, it's going to be worse than. It's going to be worse than the 2010 year when you percentage wise, win percentage.
Is that how percentage works?
Oh yeah, 2 out of 17 is worse than 2 out of 16. Like that's how percentages work.
That is how math works, isn't it?
That is how mathematics work, my man. 2 out of 17 is worse than 2 out of 16 from a percentage standpoint.
Shout out to Bill. Bill Craven says, turns out we lost Casey in 2002 for
That
the
is
year
right.
before the Falcons game. So we
We
didn't
still
have
had a kicker.
then either.
You know, I'm gonna find out who the kicker was. But I have to go
We didn't have
again.
a kicker in either, man. Look.
No, we
look how
didn't. No,
it comes
the reason why we didn't have a kicker because we didn't need him. The dude only had to do one kickoff all game. That was probably either in the first half or the second half. That was it. Because you don't kick off, you don't score. So now we definitely had a kicker. I'll go check and see who the kicker was. Let me look, see who the kicker was.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, this is
Wait a minute. No, that ain't true because Casey was there for the Super Bowl. Unless he got hurt, he was on IR, but he was there for the Super Bowl. So that don't make any sense. Let me see here. Who was the kicker? I can't have y'all out here displaying like, oh, we had at that point. Oh yeah, we had some kickers, bruh. We had Casey, Hilbert. I can't believe we got to this kicker window. And Shane Graham.
Yeah.
Shane Graham was the kicker. Must have been Shane Graham.
we can move on from this topic. We're done with that. It's all good. It's not that serious. Look at what we're talking about.
Look how bad it is. You want to keep it a buck? That was a better discussion than this damn game.
That's kind of true, low key.
Like, let's keep it a buck with y'all, man. That was a better discussion. I'd rather talk about that than this. At least I knew we had some type of level of hope. Like, what kind of hope you guys have for 2024?
None. And that's why it makes this. That's why this season.
That's why it makes it the worst season. That's why I said I'm ready to concede.
We have no idea what's going to happen next year.
I just saw Penix Jr. out here ball out of his mind.
Bro, hey, I can't tell y'all what was going on in my head because if I do,
no, because you know what's going on in my head.
Y'all would flame me if I told y'all what was going on in my head.
You know what was going on in my head? I told y'all. I told y'all. That's what was going in my head when I was watching that game yesterday. That's what was going in my head.
Michael Penix was balling, bro. Hey, Michael Penix was saying that, bro. He would, boy.
But we would never draft him, man. As soon as my man said free whatever, I'll say, yeah, nah. But he a real one. Yeah, shout out to Penix, man. He should have won the Heisman, too.
He definitely should have won.
Won the Heisman.
That dude's a butt. Because consider everything he came back from, man. And listen, but the truth is, and listen, you gotta say this when you talk about Penix, bro. That man has 3 elite weapons, elite, and a great tight end, and he is elevating them too. So it works together. It all plays a part. But he has fantastic weapons, bro. And we need one of them dudes. We need one of them dudes to come on this roster, bro.
You know, we could have had one of them dudes.
We could still get one. McMillan probably be there. It's somebody's gonna be there.
My point is that we were like, I don't know who would have been the number 1 pick, because if we didn't trade up, we probably would have gotten Derek Carr. We might have snuck a couple other games out of here, but we would have been at least top 10. We would have still had a pick. Could probably got the guy. I mean, but it is what it is. Water under the bridge.
Hey,
we got Bryce.
Penix was balling, bro. I mean, just rock. He was darts, dimes. It looked like the bank out there. Dimes was everywhere, bro.
And the thing is, you guys are talking about 33. We better not take no quarterback at 33, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot.
Hey, listen, I bro.
Shy.
The way your owner works, he
cannot.
Bro, he said quarterback's a currency, bro.
Yeah, you know what also he said? He's 100% behind Bryce. We're not taking a quarterback at 33.
Okay. All right. He keeps talking sound like he's talking a lot. That's what it sounds like.
Look, but look, you ready with the segue? You need to skip some slides. He's doing more than talking a lot, but we
can get to it. I'm done with this.
I'm done with that. I'm done with that madness. Pull up the other graphic. Like pull that other graphic. We got to talk about this.
I got you, bro.
We got to get to this.
It's time, man. Let's get to it.
Yeah, it's time, man.
The Tepper tantrum, is that what you want to talk about?
That's what we're talking about. The Tepper tantrum.
Nice little segue.
Yeah, look, I'm here for segues here, man. That's what I'm good for. Segues. Tepper tantrum.
Yeah. So Tepper. Go ahead, Dave. You got it.
You want to talk about the fine first?
Talk about what?
The fine.
Oh, this is everything, man. Let's talk everything.
Listen, guys, let me explain something to y'all. When I saw that fine, so just for those folks who don't know, David Tepper was fined $300,000 for his inappropriate actions that he did in the Jacksonville Jaguars game. When I saw that it was only $300,000, the first thing I thought was, even with inflation, flipping the bird is worth $250,000, and tossing a drink at a person, a fan, a paying fan, is only worth $50,000 more with inflation. That's wild to me. Now, they didn't put the details in the investigation. Tepper did his statement.
I got you. Let's read all this stuff also, just so we're all speaking from the same and start from the same place. All right. Okay. So Adam Schefter tweeted out, National Football League said it fined Carolina Panthers chairman David Tepper $300,000 for his unacceptable conduct in the Jacksonville Jaguars game. All NFL personnel are expected to conduct themselves at all times in the ways that respect our fans and favorably reflect on their team and NFL, right? So that was the statement put out by the NFL or from Adam Schefter. This is what Adam Schefter put out. Then it goes on. He goes on to say, here's a statement from David Tepper, a man of few words. David Tepper goes on to write, and this is a quote: I am deeply passionate about this team, and I regret my behavior on Sunday. I should have let the NFL stadium security handle any issues that arose. I respect the NFL's code of conduct and accept the league's discipline for my behavior. So going to your point, it alludes to something happened between the fan, right? And we already broke down this scenario. At the end of the day, like The Rock said when he came back last night, it doesn't matter what the fan did. It doesn't. That's why there is security there. I basically gave you all scenarios of what would happen. It does not matter. If a fan threw something at David Tepper, that's why security is there. You call the security, let them handle it. You don't retaliate. You only retaliated because you're mad. Your team was getting their ass kicked. You look like a fool. You look like an idiot out here. You're childish. All right. You're a billionaire. You just think the world revolves around you. And that's why you threw the drink. You acted like a baby.
But there's some people that got a lot of money, and that's what they do.
So he got a slap on the wrist, the $300K. I get it. And
do you call that a slap on the wrist?
That's a slap on the wrist.
I call that a tap, bro. I call that like a
tap. It's a little tap.
That was that. It was this.
It's a little tap.
$300,000, bro. Like, think about that. Like,
it's a little tap, but at the end of the day, listen. All I wanted was something, and we got something, right? We got something.
I don't think it was enough.
Okay, so we could talk. You can, of course.
Here's my thing, I've been told that the owners are supposed to be held to a higher standard, but the reality is that they're still the owners. They can do whatever they want. I just know if a fan did it, he would be banned for life.
Facts.
From that stadium. If a fan did it, he would be banned for life. And if a fan did it not to an owner, if he did it to just some other person, banned for life. You know what I'm saying?
We have a history that proves that. Because when that fan threw that beer on Tyreek Hill in Gillette Stadium, gone. He can't attend not near event at Gillette Stadium. Banned for life.
Yeah. So we have data that shows that. And then if a player did it, you think the player would just get fined $300,000?
Nah, they got suspended for a couple of games.
Do you think they get paid when they get suspended?
Nah, yeah, they don't get their little game check.
You know what I learned? When owners get suspended, they still get their checks.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. So that's my point, right? You can't say that you're the owner and the owner's supposed to be held to a higher standard, and then you don't. We're talking about an owner that's the second richest owner in the NFL, bro. And even if he wasn't the second highest richest owner in the NFL, it's second richest owner in the NFL. These owners are billionaires, bro. What is $300,000 to them? What is $250,000 to them?
It's nothing. It's nothing. But
it's a tax.
Okay, so Dave, let's say this then. What would have been an acceptable punishment in your eyes?
Suspension.
Dave, can you suspend an owner from the building that they own?
Oh yeah, you can. Well.
Yeah, I don't think you
they
can
did it
technically
with
do
Snyder.
that.
They did it with Snyder, right? But then the reality was Snyder really still doing things? You know what I'm saying? I ain't say it was easy. You could tell him not to go to games, but as bad as we're playing, does he really want to go to games? Like I don't know, bro. I just think you can't let somebody be above everybody else, and that's what happened on Sunday. And $300,000 ain't enough. But that might have been the most they could have done.
It's nothing that would have. Yeah, I don't think there's a number amount that would have been enough. Like that's why I wasn't expecting anything crazy. That like, I mean, people were talking about like draft picks getting taken. I'm like, bro, what are we talking about? Like that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen, bro. Like I think that what I said, I thought maybe like a $500,000 fine. Even that's not enough either.
That ain't enough.
I just thought it would have been. What you want him to fine him like $2 billion, Dave? What you want him to do?
No, but my thing was we had a data point, right? We had an owner that flipped the bird at a fan, so we already had a data point. And like this wasn't something touched the fan, something went at the fan. He just threw two fingers up and he got $250,000. So I'm thinking, all right, $250,000 for just gesturing a fan. You know what I'm saying? My man tossed something at a fan. I thought it would have been more than $300,000. I just thought it would have been more than $300,000. Now, but that being said, you got to find it a lot to make it really hurt. And I don't think the NFL is going to do that with these owners. Right? Like so I just don't see that. I just think the higher standard.
It's too much. It's too much money, bro. There's not enough, bro. It's not enough out there that would have been. If they would have fined him $5 million, y'all would have said, "Oh, that's a percentage of his $20 billion." Y'all would have. There's no amount that would have been sufficient, bro. Let's keep it a buck. I think that $500K probably would have been enough. And again, I'm just glad that something. It took them long enough. I'm sure they probably did a little investigation and found out that, once they listened to Tepper, is that, hey, this fan did something and the fan, said something to David Tepper and then something probably happened. And then they did their little thing. They did a little investigation and found out that Tepper wasn't, he probably wasn't fully at fault. That's why, they like he probably retaliated to something that the fan did. And I'm sure, and this is probably why the fan, we don't know who the fan is, and we probably won't see the fan like sue because the fan probably did something to cause. Every action has equal opposite reaction, right? So if he said something to David Tepper, and David Tepper retaliated. So I mean, does that mean that the guy has cause to sue Tepper, or like so? Something probably happened within that, and that's probably why it lowered the fine to what y'all think it was.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if the fan actually still does something, if anything at all, at this point. I mean, I think with social media too, there's so many elements in this, not just on the owner side of the fence, it's also on the fan side of the fence. Some fans don't want to deal with that, man, either. You know what I'm saying? Like some fans don't want that type of attention. So you don't know if the guy or gal's gonna sue or what. So I mean, this could be something where
two real quick to what I'm trying to say is that because I get it, I'm with y'all. Assault is assault. If somebody throws something at you, but what if, and I'm just saying hypothetically,
if it's self-defense, it ain't assault.
What if that dude threw something at Tepper? What if he threw something at Tepper? We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. The facts are the facts that we don't know what happened, right?
We do not know.
Playing devil's advocate, we don't know what happened. At the end of the day, I agree with y'all that David Tepper should not have thrown anything back at Seth, even if that's the case. Even if that's the case, he shouldn't have thrown nothing back at him, right? That's why you got to have security in place. You let security handle the bit, but that's probably why the fine is as low as what it is. You know what I mean? So,
have we done a single super chat? We need to do a couple.
No, we haven't.
Let's get through them real fast, man. We got 5. Yeah, we talked about this one. Turns out we lost Casey 2045. Appreciate the super chat, Bill Cravens.
Yeah, we got that one already.
Yeah, finding Tepper 300K is like finding me $150 hypothetic for knocking the stuffing out of a cashier at McDonald's. Yeah, A-Cash, I'm with you there, bro. And I don't want to. And actually, it would be more than $150. I would be in jail if I stuffed the cashier out of a McDonald's. Shout out to Noli. We marching now, and nah, I'm
Get
not.
your shirt, bro. Get your
Get the
shirt.
shirt.
Get your step back shirt. Wearing them joints on
Sunday.
on Sunday. Excuse me. Meet me over there by Charlotte Vibe. We gonna turn it up.
Wade Evans, appreciate super chat. The commissioner works for these owners. Didn't expect anything different. Had that been a player though, yeah, I already talked about that, bro. We there. Like that's the thing, man. I'm about like consistency, and we know what the owners get versus what the players get. And then the players get the media attention, the unnecessary media attention. So it doesn't just impact them when it comes to suspensions and fines. It impacts their image big time and things of that sort. A lot of folks don't really have those discussions like that. Helen Keller's dog, appreciate the super chat. Would taking a draft pick be a suitable punishment? As a Panthers fan, I would be furious if they would have took a draft pick. But I don't think it was warranted.
I wouldn't.
Man,
Look,
man.
you gotta send a message to homie, bro. You gotta be like, yo, you can't just be doing what you want. There's repercussions.
But that's the thing. Your owners, they can do what they want.
Yeah, but
because they're never gonna get,
bro.
They're never gonna get voted out.
They can't do whatever they want. That's the thing. They can't do that, and that's why taking a draft pick. We've seen draft picks get snatched before because owners doing some wild shit. So like, you can't just do what you want. And that's why, listen, if you would have taken a pick, yeah, we all could have been mad, but guess what? That probably would have had Tepper taking one step back.
Yeah,
so
I think
that the greater good?
Suspending him for some games probably would have helped, but I needed to, like, I would have liked out of the office type of situation, but I don't think even then he'd probably still be able to do that. They'll be able to pull that off. I mean, like you said, he owns the team. They're not going to do that to him. But we'll see, man. I am kind of shocked they didn't suspend him for the final game of the season, though. I am kind of stunned by that, but
no, it's more of a punishment going to the game. So that's why they was like, man, you could. It's like, yo, you straight, man. Just go to the. As a punishment, you have to sit through all 4 quarters and watch the product that you created. That's his punishment, bro. That's more of a punishment than anything else, bro. So, yeah. So my man Mark said it's not like we would have drafted anybody worth a damn anyway. That's
nah. I mean, there's pretty good quarterbacks coming out of this draft. There's at least 3 coming out of this draft that should be good. Should be good.
Yeah. All right. So is that all we got on the Tepper tantrum, bro? I'm done talking about it. I'm glad the NFL did something. The statement again. I don't know what else Tepper could have said. I know people. Tepper is a man of few words. Even when he has his little press conferences, quote unquote, if that's what we want to call them, he don't say much. So
he'll talk about the economy in Charlotte and what he's brought to the economy.
That's true.
He'll talk about that.
He won't talk. He won't talk about nothing.
Now he ain't talking about the Panthers or that soccer team though. He ain't gonna talk about that, but he'll be talking about how he brought Beyonce to the bank.
Yo. Hey, nah, this super chat is hilarious.
Ben Wallace.
My man said, wait, acting, we're gonna be out here with Ben Wallace instead of Ben Johnson. That is funny. That is funny, bro.
Yo, Ben Wallace was tough in the paint though.
Bro,
what?
Man, come on, bro.
HBCU product too. Shout out to Ben Wallace, man. Shout out to Ben Wallace.
Shout out to Ben Wallace, man. That's funny though. That is funny. But yeah, man. Anything else we want to talk about on that topic?
Let's keep this. Get
your step back shirts, man. Get y'all step back shirts. Shout out to Grandizer. Put the link in the chat a little bit earlier. I appreciate that. Here's another super chat from Carson. It says, if there was a good quarterback available at 33, trade back. You got to have somebody to trade with you. I would consider it. If there's a quarterback, if Michael Penix is sitting there and the phone rang and somebody wanted to come get him, I would absolutely trade back. You got to get more draft capital. That's just a smart move.
We're not going to draft Michael Penix.
I mean,
might as well.
I can't tell you what was going through my head. I know. All right. I ain't gonna tell you what was going through my head.
Listen, I just want to remind y'all. I just want to remind y'all again. I told y'all. Y'all asked for this. We sitting here watching these beautiful bean footage of quarterbacks, and I said, "Dog, we can wait this out. We ain't gonna do much this year anyway. We could probably just get a vet and still probably potentially do some damage in the playoffs. If we really want to trade, we could wait a year. This would have been the year to do it, not last year." And that's what I said.
Randy said, I know I troll a lot, but I appreciate y'all hard work. Here's some love for your work this season. I know it's tough. Man, I appreciate you, Randy. Hey, a good troll. You got to have some trolls around, man. I appreciate you.
I appreciate it. I've been trying to protect my mental health all through 2023, and this last quarter did not help. This final quarter, watching through this, did not help.
Y'all don't want me to pie, yo. Y'all don't want me to pie, man. I can't tell y'all what I was thinking, bro. I cannot tell y'all what I was thinking.
Yo.
Oh, man. I can't tell y'all what I was thinking, bro. I was like, yo, this dude is dropping dimes out here, bro. I was watching the bed, man. I was like, yo, this dude is cooking, bro. That
I mean, and Bryce was cooking too. Like, that's the thing,
Bryce
right?
looked good too. Bryce did look good.
So,
too.
like, but my point, guys got to remember why I was not for the trade. My point always boiled down to this: we were a quarterback away. Like, think about the quarterbacks that we had when we almost made the playoffs the previous season. We were a quarterback away, but I wasn't willing to give up all that draft capital. I would have been fine, even though I would have cringed that night. I would have been fine if Levis was sitting there at 9, and I would have took Levis and put the pieces around him versus losing all that draft capital. Because, that was just me though. But I don't own the team. Fan base was like, yo, whatever it takes. And I'm like, all right, y'all have at it. Because then we would have a first-round pick. So if the season would have been down bad like it was, I don't think it would have been. Let me be clear.
Nobody thought it was going to be this bad, though.
I just don't like giving up draft capital when you know there's another quarterback class coming through. You could have took another quarterback if you knew that Levis wasn't the guy. You could have.
But
the Cardinals did it.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. But this class though this class is a little bit overrated, bro. Like when you talk about
compared to last year's class,
bro. I'm taking last year's class over this year's class.
Really?
Yes, sir.
I mean, there's only 3 guys out of this class, right?
I think Caleb was a little overrated. I think Drake is.
Well, Drake's gonna come out of quarterback, so that's a grain of salt type of situation.
Hey, Penix is that dude. I like Daniels a lot. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a tough call. I think it's easier because at the time it was Drake May and it was Caleb. Everybody, and them 2 dudes ain't really them. They ain't like that, bro.
Do you think if Penix wins this national championship, do you think Penix, if he has a good pro day, jumps to 1?
I think the only concern with Penix is he's got injury, a really bad injury history. Both his knees is jacked up. But he looks like all that is behind him. He looks good. He's a top 10 pick, bro. He's a top 10 pick. Fam, Penix, if he wins the national championship, he's out of here, bro. Out of here.
So you don't think he's gonna be high enough to get up to 1, is what I'm asking you.
I don't know if he'll get to 1. Maybe. I think he could. I think he could. I think he can get in the conversation. I just think it's injury history, bro. I think that's gonna scare some teams.
Yeah. Well, it don't have to scare everybody. Only I know Giants fans that want Penix bad, bro. Like bad.
Penix.
The only problem is that Giants fans got to realize it's the Giants. I mean, they've only started black quarterbacks twice in their history. I ain't gonna hold you though. Good luck. Look. You got to remember what the fan of the team you are. Like when they started Geno, they pretty much fired the coach. So but Penix looked good. I'm not down there. It's the Giants.
I was watching Penix, but I was like, man, this dude had me reconsidering a whole lot. He had me reevaluating a whole lot, Dave. I was like, Dave. I got to call. I got to talk to somebody. Somebody, please come talk me off the ledge. This dude is balling, bro.
You ain't got to worry about that. We already drafted our quarterback. We ain't gonna take no quarterback.
Cooking.
We ain't gonna take no quarterback, bro.
I'm trying my best, bro. I'm trying to practice what I preach with patience. And you guys.
Dog, we already took our quarterback,
and, I'm trying my best, bro.
Bryce Young is our guy. Bryce Young, like y'all. This is so. Like once again, this is what you guys asked for. Bryce Young is our guy.
We asked, and he still can be the guy,
and he's gonna be our guy.
He absolutely can. We just got to get the right stuff around him, and I'm hopeful that Bryce. He's showing me some flashes. He's he's super pause on that. He's chill, bro. But yeah, man. No, I think we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right, man.
Yeah, no, I ain't worried. I told y'all. This is where I'm at. See, you guys, when I have my takes, you guys expect my takes to come to fruition in like a couple of days, a week. No. My takes are long term. And I'm not going to let y'all forget. The footage is there. I was clear. I was not for it. But we did it. I'm rolling with Bryce. Bryce is our guy. But,
bro,
now we sitting here. Chicago out here like, what shall we do? Chicago, that trade's going to be reminding me of when the Celtics traded their big three to the Nets.
No,
and they
Chicago might
trade out of that joint. Chicago might.
They made their mistakes too. Like they were us at one point.
Oh yeah,
right. They've been here. They've been in this situation. They've been bad for a while. Exactly. So they've been here. So this is a little bit of karma coming back to them. But the football guys, man, somebody please give us some good karma because we need it. We need it bad around here.
And by the way, guys, I see y'all chat. And the reason why I do this to you guys is because when I'm wrong, I hear it. But when I'm right, y'all are mice. And that's fine. But, I'm just going to let y'all know. That's all. So we're done with the Tepper tantrum. I want to talk about the next topic.
Yeah, let's move on. My bad. All right, so here we go. We got Derrick Brown's dominance. I just want to quickly give Derrick Brown some flowers because this man, hey, I put out a whole video because y'all listen. Some of y'all the same thing we going with Bryce, calling him a bust. His first couple years, y'all will call him a bust. Derrick Brown is playing absolutely out of his mind, and there's one way we can recap and recoup some of this this season, right? And that's getting Derrick Brown to the Pro Bowl. So please go vote for Derrick Brown. Get him to the Pro Bowl. Go on Twitter, retweet my tweet. I tweeted it today. Just retweet it. Tweets count as votes. So please, we got to get it. We got to get Derrick Brown.
We got to get Derrick Brown to the Pro Bowl, bro.
Bro, he is on. Bro, what's crazy is right now, man. Derrick Brown is right up there. He ranks second all time amongst defensive linemen for most tackles in a season, bro. 96 tackles. He needs 3 tackles
to break the record.
3 tackles against the Bucs to break the record, bro. Come on, man. And I ain't gonna forget, Dave. Run me my.
I told y'all,
and I got a whole video to prove it. I told you to be patient with DB.
Yo, folks were calling that man a bust. Folks were ready to get him out the paint. And I got to give Matt Rule credit. This was his first pick. This was his first.
That's a Hurney pick.
It is it's a Hurney and a Rule pick.
That's a Hurney. Yo, Hurney knocked it. Bro, somebody get Hurney on the phone, man. Bring Hurney back.
We gotta figure out a way to interview Hurney, bro.
Is he employed or is he?
I have no idea.
I thought he was with the football team.
Oh yeah, he is with the team. He is with the Commanders. He still works for the Commanders.
Yeah, he's EVP, executive vice president. Sound like something we need.
We'll see what he'll be after this week. I think those guys will clean house come Sunday.
Once Hurney's retired, for sure, we're gonna get Marty Hurney on the pod. We got to know the secrets, bro, because that man, That
Dude
man,
knew that, my man knew how to make picks in the first
he
round,
can
bro.
draft, bro. The first round draft pick is like instant success. Yeah, that's true though. I think he is. I think he's gonna be on his way out with
Oh
Ron.
yeah, him and Rivera gonna be out of here, man.
We gonna be the first one on the line trying to interview him because he might be done. I think his time here is done, bro. Or his time in NFL might be it. So, but yeah, man. No, Derrick Brown, he's balling right now. Per ESPN stats info, Derrick Brown leads all defensive tackles and run stop win rate. My man has 23 more wins than the next closest man. Shout out to Dunk. Dunk tweeted that earlier today, man. That's crazy. That is crazy, bro.
That's what we thought we were getting when we drafted him. That's why I think that was the quickest. I remember when I would predict who we were gonna draft. That was the quickest. Oh yeah, we were taking Derrick Brown. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. As soon as I saw the tape, I said, "Oh yeah, that's our guy."
Derrick Brown was a monster in college. Y'all, bro. What he's doing right now, he was doing that in college, bro. Auburn. If you turn his Auburn film, it was nasty work. It was nasty work, and all it took was DB his body had to develop. He had to get his grown man strength up, bro. Playing in the trenches in the NFL is different, bro. It took him some time, but he got here, bro. He is cooking right now. He's cooking. He looks really good, and he is a bright spot in what is a super dark season this year. We got to give Derrick Brown his flowers, man. Shout out to Derrick Brown, man. Kudos to Derrick Brown, man. Because look, we out here down bad. He's cooking. He's cooking. On another note, there's another guy who was Adam Thielen. He has 1,000 yards, 138 yards. 1,000 yards, 100 receptions, 1,000 yards in the same season for the second time in his career. Last time was 2018. So shout out to Adam Thielen, also balling. He's the only guy. Only guy.
He was gonna be the one. Y'all thought I was crazy.
Only guy. And you know, hold on, hit that button. Because what I say, Dave. If he was our number one, we was gonna be in trouble. That's what I said. And look at us. That's exactly what I said.
I knew he was gonna be the one, man. He was the only guy when we signed all those receivers and drafted Mingo. He was the only guy that I felt like we could trust to be the guy. And like you said, it was gonna be a rough season if he was the one. I mean, it would have been nice if Chark would have showed up, but it just didn't happen. But I was very confident that Thielen would show up. I mean, dude got 100 catches, 1,000 yards, bro. Like, that's what you want out of a receiver, but it just would have been nice if he had some type of compliment, and he had that compliment this year.
Yeah, man. So shout out to Derrick Brown, shout out to Adam Thielen. But let's move on to the last topic, Dave. Last topic is there is one little head coach rumor that I got to talk about, and I think somebody brought it up on the morning huddle yesterday. But let's go ahead and get your thoughts on this one, Dave. Dan Quinn. They saying I'm just telling you what's out there. Dan Quinn, what you think about that? Current defensive coordinator for the Cowboys. What you think about that, bro? He is apparently, word on the street is he is a candidate. Mentioned as a candidate.
If we hire Dan Quinn, that means we couldn't get Ben Johnson.
Bro,
and it also means if you're gonna go after Dan Quinn, you might as well see if Wilkes will be willing to come back. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Because you're trying to fix the culture. I'm just keep it. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If you're willing to hire Dan Quinn, you should give Wilkes a call and see if he's willing to come back.
Dan Quinn was the definition of mid in Atlanta. They had
he took it to a Super Bowl.
He did. Overall record of 43-42. He also had Shanahan as his offensive coordinator then as well. So, I mean, Shanahan was a monster that year. They had pretty good offense.
Yep.
Pretty good offense then. He got fired in 2020 and landed as the Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator. But apparently, according to here we go. So let me see. This was, let me see where this came from. It's NFL.com article. Ian Rappaport, Tom Porcello. Let me see. Yeah, so it's just in an article where they're talking about that. But it's interesting. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting.
If we don't get Ben Johnson, it'll probably be Dan Quinn, and that'll be unfortunate for us.
Nah, I've heard. I was listening to some other guys. I was listening to some other guys talking about our opening, and I heard Frank Smith come up, offensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, we've been talking about him for a little bit on the pod. But you got to always go back. You got to go back to two topics ago, Dave, and the temper tantrums. Who's going to be willing to deal with the temper tantrums?
Dan Quinn probably be willing to do it because he'll get an opportunity to be a head coach again. In a situation where I don't think a lot of folks thought he would get an opportunity to be a head coach again. Yeah, he did take the Falcons Super Bowl, but he did have a great staff. I just think that if you do have Dan Quinn, at least you keep your 3-4 continuity. But I don't see it. It rubs me the wrong way if it goes that route. I think if you're going to be serious about getting an offensive guy, you go get an offensive guy. It kind of contradicts what Tepper's been saying in the first place, right? Like if you've been talking about how the reason why you didn't hire Woes because you want to get an offensive guy, you got your offensive guy. Now, have you checked? Unless you change your mind about maybe it doesn't matter, which is what I've said in the past. Maybe it just doesn't matter. I just think if Dan Quinn's the best you can get to come, that's going to be rough.
I think we're going to be dealing with that. We're going to be dealing with situations like that, bro. I think a lot of people are going to pass on our job.
I didn't. Dallas went back to a 4-3. I didn't realize that. And that would be the thing too. Dan Quinn could do a 3-4, but that would be the thing too. Like if you're gonna, at that point now you're gonna have. You just try to convert to a 3-4, and you bring in Dan Quinn and just leave it from a 4-3. Now you're gonna try to go back to a 4-3. Like what? How's this gonna work? What are we gonna do? Like what? How is this gonna work for Dan Quinn if he gets hired? I mean, unless you. But the thing is, everybody's like Evero. Would you think Evero would stay if Dan Quinn's the head coach?
Probably not. Well, I mean, This kind of, I doubt that.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't be too thrilled about a Dan Quinn hire.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be. Maybe some of y'all will, but I wouldn't be. I know who everybody wants, but I mean, right now, we got? How many job openings we got so far? We got LA. We got the Raiders. Even though I think the Raiders should just hire Antonio Pierce. That's just me. But we got the Chargers, the Raiders. Who else is open right now, other than us?
I think that's it now.
That's it.
But there's some potentials.
Yeah,
I'm here. Sirianni might be.
I think the Saints might fire. I think the Saints might be out of here. I think the
Sirianni might get the can too.
From the Eagles?
Bro, the way they collapsing, bro.
No way.
Hey, shit. Okay.
No way.
Other teams have standards. Day. I don't know if you might have been watching the Panthers.
They're gonna still make the playoffs. What are we talking about? They could potentially lose the division, yes, but they're still gonna make the playoffs.
Okay.
Oh, they said the Saints is already gonna bring back the coach. Thank God. That's great. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we'll see.
No, I mean they're not gonna look, man. They're not gonna fire Sirianni. That ain't gonna happen.
Never know, bro.
The collapse is bad though. I ain't go front. They lost to the Cardinals last week. Remember, the coach of the Cardinals was on that Eagles staff, but they lost to the Cardinals last week. So we'll see. Mike McDonald. Mike McDonald's the best candidate. I think Dan Quinn would make Louvu Micah Parsons. Yeah, that's interesting. Oh, you know who else might be losing their job, but nobody's really talking about it that much? You know, he might have saved this job the past month, McDermott. But the Bills are starting to be hot.
Yeah, I think they kind of turned their situation back around a little bit.
Yeah,
once they got rid of they canned the OC and let Joe Brady call plays. Kind of, I mean, they kind of
the OC that folks wanted to be our coach last year. That OC. I remember. Ken Dorsey. Y'all remember?
Yep.
Y'all remember that? Boy, times have changed, huh? Is Ken Dorsey even working right now?
No, he got the can.
He got the can, so he can get a job somewhere else.
No, it's mid-season.
No, it'll be interesting to see. But the crazy thing is, Buffalo got to win to get in. There's scenarios where if Buffalo loses, they could be out. They can't afford to lose in Miami. So that'll get interesting too. That game's for the division.
Yeah, man. But yeah, we'll see, man. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know where it goes from here. Carolina Panthers. We are going to wrap the season up with the Bucks, and it's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be an interesting game because if
Rashad.
no, I'm just saying. No, I'm not talking. I'm talking about the ramifications of said game. Like if that's what I'm talking about. If we win, we help the Saints, right? The Saints, all the Saints, or the Falcons. Saints and Falcons are rooting for us. Obviously, if the Bucks win, and I think they clinch if the Bucks win. So there's a lot riding on this game, low key, for the Bucks anyway. It does have playoff implications. I know we suck, but there is playoff implications on this game. So
let's just say this: I just did some underdog fantasy drafts in best ball. I have assumed that the Bucks are going to make the playoffs. I have drafted Bucks players for best ball.
And you took the under for Bryce?
I didn't do no unders.
Oh.
What was the over-under for Bryce?
I don't know, but I would take it.
I definitely would. But I would do the lower for that. Yes.
Oh,
but
man, bro. We got down so bad, bro.
The best ball ones, the drafts, I had to draft players. And, I mean, the Bucks are probably end up facing the 5th seed. And I can't remember what the 5th seed in the NFC is right now. I do know there's going to be a lit matchup potentially between Detroit and LA. That's going to be a lit wild card matchup, bro. So, but we'll see. One seed's locked in, San Fran and Baltimore got the 1 seeds. But there's a lot of playoff implications happening. Shout out to Mike Tomlin. He got another winning season.
Bro, it's crazy, bro. The streak is wild.
Never had a losing season, bro. I'm gonna remind y'all of that. Never had a losing season. Never had a losing season. Yeah, the Bucks are gonna beat the brakes off of us, bro. It's gonna be rough. Gonna be rough.
Yep, not good, not fun.
I just don't want another shutout. That's all I ask. Is the kicker gonna be ready?
Nah, we signed a kicker.
Who we signed?
I don't know, some dude. I mean, what you want me to say? I don't. I mean, I
would have liked you to know who the kicker we signed, but
it's week 18, bro. Matthew Wright.
Okay.
He was on the squad during training camp. Got him back, so we can at least score 3 points. Whoop-de-doo.
I need at least 3, bro. We can't have consecutive shutouts. Like, wouldn't that be wild if we had consecutive shutouts after not having a shutout in over 20 years?
Bro,
I know everybody's waiting for the season to be over.
Me at this point. Nothing surprises me at this point.
Everybody's waiting for the season to be over, and I completely understand that.
I'm ready to watch some playoff football, man. I'm so tired, bro. I'm tired. It's so frustrating, man. Every time we get up here and talk about the lowly Panthers, I just be like, man, I could be a fan of somebody else right now, but yeah, here we are, bro.
Well, what we're gonna do next week? We're gonna pick our playoff teams.
I already picked mine, man. I already told you I'm rocking with.
It's gonna be Detroit, right?
Detroit and the Ravens.
I'm confident. I'm rolling with Detroit. I got to decide on the AFC side. I'm still debating that. I need to see Week 18.
Lamar. I'm going for Lamar.
Lamar. Somebody that we didn't want. Remember that? We didn't want him. I wouldn't have been mad if we traded the pick for him. But we didn't want him. A lot of teams didn't want him.
Shout out to all the folks rocking with CMC and the 49ers. I respect that.
Hopefully CMC's back, but I guess they said he was okay because he got hurt on Sunday.
But all right. Anyway, that said, man, that's gonna close out the show for today. Got a quick one. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button. That's because we already went live on. We didn't go live yesterday. We showed.
Yeah, we did the morning huddle yesterday because I had
all
the
good.
day off. I can't relate. I
had to go to work.
be out here.
I had to go to work. That's why I couldn't have everything put together like I wanted to. But anyway, we getting up out of here, man. This is a good show, good fun. We got in, got out, pause. Make sure that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, get in the comments, all that stuff, man. Hit the sub button. Numbers is up. Even though we down, the Panthers suck. Tepper algorithm game is A1. His ownership game is trash. But his algorithm game, hey, it's up. Anything with Tepper name in it is up right now, man. So hit that subscribe button. Help us get to 23,000. We're like 300 subs away from 23,000. So hit that sub button for your boys, man. We out of here. We're going to holler at y'all on Sunday. I'll be live with Charlotte Vibe. Make sure y'all check out the morning show, and then we'll probably go live post-game or whatever. And y'all know, man, just hit the notification bell, man. Y'all see us. All right. That said, man, we out of here. We'll holler at y'all. Peace.
All right. Peace, guys. Y'all have a good one.